So I figured I'd just show this. This is what I mean by pulling a couple of the strands out. So I'm making a piece that's 34 inches this direction, and this is 50 inches. The cloth is 50 inches wide. So the 34-inch piece, 34-inch dimension is this direction like this. So it'll overhang the boat on both sides, and then I'll end up with a couple of triangular pieces on either side, which I can then, reuse for, someplace like up here or someplace else on the boat. This cloth is very loosely held together, I guess I'd say. So strands will come out, and like you can slide these out relatively easily if you hold down here on the other. So I basically pinch it like about where I want it, pluck a couple things, pull them through, then grab it down here at the other end and pull these out all the way, and that gives me a nice line that I can cut on. I use these scissors here. These are Fishgar scissors. They're titanium coated, and they've got a serrated edge. So they work really well with carbon fiber, fiberglass, and even Kevlar cloth. They just cut right through it. Kevlar is a little tough, but it'll make it through that. Whereas regular scissors, there's just no way. So anyway, this helps to give you a nice straight line. Then you can run the scissors right down that line and cut it out. Any strands that are near the edge of where you cut are just going to fall out anyway, so you're not really losing anything by pulling a few strands out. You'll probably end up plucking a few more off, just so there's no dangly bits. And then another trick that's good to do is to, so here you can see I've laid this piece down here. This edge here is just slightly overlapping where the bulkhead is down here underneath, so I don't need to cover any more than this because this is going to get cut out later. So this is fine where it is, and I've cut it to the width, which is essentially about 5 feet across here. And then I've got these bits that are overhanging, here. That'll be leftover bits that I won't need for this, and I want to be able to reuse them, and I don't want the strands all coming apart or falling off or anything like that. So what I do is just put a piece of masking tape along where I'm going to end up cutting it, and then I can actually cut right down through the center of this masking tape, and this little triangular piece will stay together and not unfrazzle and come apart. So that makes it easier to use it, someplace else, like, down in here, for example. And the also the main piece isn't going to shred edges or anything. The only thing you've got to be careful of when you do something like this is that you don't, by mistake, end up with this underneath where you're trying to glue things down. I did that one time. It was not fun, pulling that back apart and fixing it. Because I forgot that the tape edge was on the underside of this leftover piece that I had. Anyway, that's essentially the trick with that. So, yeah.